Brand new week, brand new build. This one is for the hunters out there. It's going to be on Nightstalker. Our main focus is keeping every buff on ourselves all the time for more survivability. So if invisibility fails, you got an overshield, and all you need to do is get a kill and you're healed. Pretty solid. And then we can apply pretty much all the debuffs all the time too. So should be a lot of fun to go through. It's using a new legendary this season. It's not focused on an exotic, but it's focused on a legendary weapon from this season. And yeah, let's just get into our subclass real quick. I use Mobius Quiver for my super. Deadfall's also viable. The other super, the roaming super, don't use it. Just don't. Yeah. So for our dodge, I used Marksman dodge, just for that quick reload, which will help our weapon a lot, which is the Rasa Argo for the new Cassoid Void auto rifle. And I'll get more into how that plays into this later. Then you have, I use Vortex grenades. You can use suppression grenades to apply more debuffs more often, and there's nothing wrong with that. Then Vanishing Step and Stylus Executioner for more invisibility all the time. You could swap it out so you can give your teammates invisibility. It really doesn't matter. But for our fragments, we will be using Echo of Undermining, Echo of Starvation, Echo of Persistence, and Echo of Obscurity to keep our invisibility up longer, give us Devour, make our grenades weaken, and have our buffs longer timers. So, yeah, that's how we configure our subclass for this build. Now let's talk about our artifact and some armor mods real quick. Being that the artifact doesn't include Void, it does change things up a little bit. So we want Overload Auto, just because we can, or you could just not apply anything if you don't have Overload champs, but you do have anti-barrier champs. This will take care of them because we're going to use Gear Falcon's Halberg. So yeah, I guess you take extra damage against Taken and Scorn. You take Solo Op. Just a few things here and there that kind of have some baseline buffs to everything. Other than that, there's not a whole lot you could receive benefits from in this season's artifact. But armor-wise, you want those Void Siphons. I would take Heavy Ammo Finder, and I'll get into that here in a second. Ash's assets might be valuable. Some resistances, some void surges. Really, armor mods here aren't too hugely important, but our weapons, they kind of are. Okay, the Ross Argo 4 with Repulsor Brace is what you're looking for in that left slot. It has some great perks in that right slot, but I like Onslaught. It came back this season. It's an old one from Season of the Forge, but it got reworked. It used to be tied to Rampage, but now it's not. And it doesn't drop your damage as you gain stacks, but it increases reload speed and fire rate, which is very nice. So you get a bunch of stacks with it, you dodge, you come out of invisibility, you spray it down more, enemies get volatile, enemies blow up, enemies drop the Cassoid munitions, those blow up, and they take more enemies out with them. It's just pretty good, and it ad clears so fast. And whenever you have 3 stacks of Onslaught, it doesn't do bad damage to bosses and higher tier enemies, especially when you have volatile rounds too, because it's firing at like a lot of bullets per second. I think it's close to 900 at that point, or it's just 720. Either way, it's pretty good. I also went ahead, I'm using like an ignition code or a Pardon Our Dust in the kinetic slot for some utility. A Chill Clip Riptide would also go great here. But heavy slot, I use Heart Shadow. That way if I ever need to just quickly get invis and I don't have my dodge charged, I can just heavy attack, I'm invised. And it's a sword, so the damage isn't horrible, especially when you can get up close with invisibility and they have a void overshield protecting you. It's not bad really for it. So yeah, that's basically gonna be the build. Is this build GM viable? Probably not. Probably definitely not. But it's a fun build. I had a lot of fun using it solo coil. And there's definitely other areas of the game where this would be useful. It's just kind of up to you to find where you like using it. So yeah, super fun build to use. And I'll probably end up using it more this season. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.